Hey, Bentbrook here. I want to talk a little bit about some changes in terms of the evolution of sheaths that I've noticed in the Schrade knives. Now, Schrade has, I think, billed these as camp knives, bushcraft knives, that kind of thing. So I do want to talk about a couple of things that I've noticed right off the bat. First of all, let me say that this is my SCHF37. It came originally with that sort of asphalt kind of covering on it. Obviously, I have stripped it and I have patinaed it, as you can tell. I also ground the back down a little bit to get an edge that would throw sparks better, and I smoothed out some of the jimping. I have kept the original TPE handles. They're probably a little on the thin side. I've debated with putting some walnut ones on here, but they're okay. They are kind of hard, I would say. They grip, but they're a little bit hard in the hand in terms of the feel of those. As for the original sheath, it does have some nice features. It had some tie-outs. I think there was a piece of cheap cord that went through there originally. When I use that, I replace it with paracord. Over here on the side, I did put a piece of seatbelt material and use that for a ferro rod holder. This is actually one from my Tops Brothers of Bushcraft that I've just thrown on here. It does have the plastic insert. I've made it into a dangler, so I put this on the back so that I could attach it to my belt, which I prefer to have a big knife like this as a dangler. It does have a nice feature here in a metal button to actually fasten and secure the knife in, and because of the size of it, it did come with this little pocket on the front, which is nice, except that the Velcro is attached to the elastic and it makes it hard to open. Okay, so when you, in comparison, get the 56L, what I noticed immediately was, one, obviously it does have a ferro loop and it does have a rod. These were ones that came with this as well, but they were inside this pouch initially. So that's nice. I like having it on the outside. You don't have to have something over here, or I can put something over there if I want. But if you look at these two types of fabric, you're going to notice that this material is nicer than this material. I think it's probably going to last a little bit longer in terms of durability. But there's some other things that are drawbacks. Obviously, as with the 37, this loop is going to be fine for a belt, but I have no other way to do it. So I'm debating putting a dangler on this, and I may. I have added some liners here just because I like that. But what I really want to talk about is the difference in terms of grip between these two incarnations of the TPE that is used here. On my left, on the 37, this is much harder. It does grip by virtue of the texture. This gives a little bit in the hand, and so it's a much grippier kind of TPE, a grippier kind of material here on my 56L. So I really think that this is an improvement just in terms of the evolution of knives. If you have one of these older series Frontier knives, you'll recognize perhaps what I'm talking about. This, I don't know if this will eventually harden, if that's what's happened with this one, but definitely out of the box I feel a difference in terms of the grippiness of it. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out. So, just a few thoughts then. If you're looking at this, you'll notice that this is Velcro, and already this is about to come loose. It's shot, and I've had this all the day. It's just really cheap Velcro here, a hook and loop closure. I'm sure it's not real Velcro. Hook and loop closure, and I'm going to have to rig some way of better keeping the knife secure, because that's eventually going to come open, and while this kind of grips, it's going to fall out after a while. So that's something I'm going to have to work on. In any case, I just wanted to quickly sort of talk about some of these features that I noticed in terms of the nylon, in terms of the addition of the fire steel loop, but the drawback, the fact that this is not, as this one is, a button closure. So I thought some people who have both of these might be interested in hearing that. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Thank you, as always, for listening. Bentbrook out.